Hey guys, it's He Dude. I didn't think I was actually gonna do a part two of this video, but I decided to talk more about Batman Arkham Knight from 2015. Like, again, I love the game so much. That's why it's like I guess to do another video talking about Arkham Knight for you guys because it seems like you guys like that video. But yeah, because again, like I don't know, I guess I was just super glad that when I guess the game, not to mention the trilogy, all three games was like re-released on PS4 or something and stuff. I was just, really glad that it came out. But but I don't know if I mentioned this in part one of this video, but the one thing I never understood is like why the hell they have like two games on disc, but then the other one you had to literally download from a code or some bullshit like that. I mean, I don't know. That's stupid. But again, honestly, it's kind of hard to literally talk about these games and play them, remembering now that Kevin Conroy's gone now because it's. I mean, not to mention him and Mark Hamill were good friends, and it's just like I was wondering, like to be honest, I think it would be awesome as hell if the Arkham trilogy took place in the Batman animated series universe. Like, why didn't they do that? That would have been so cool, but then again, it's like some of the characters probably don't line up with all the other animated series versions. Not to mention, some of them don't even have the actual same voices playing them even in the game, so that wouldn't have probably made any sense anyway. Because, like, I don't know. But, like, again, um, I just like how in the game, because I literally did this in the game, and I was like thinking, it just kind of felt like Fortnite just with Batman, DC Batman characters or some shit like that. I loved how you could literally just get out of the Batmobile and run around and just basically just beat the ever living shit out of criminals whenever the hell you want. Like, which is basically what you could do in the Insomniac Spider-Man games, but with the Batman Arkham trilogy, I mean, it kind of, well, I guess they kind of did first with Arkham Knight because in Arkham City or in Assam you couldn't even do that. Not to mention, I loved how interactive the phone calls were in that game. Like, people could say, yeah, the phone calls were amazing in the like the Spider-Man and Insomniac games, which I don't know why I'm comparing it to that, but again, I love how you can literally see the person you're literally talking to while you're talking to them. Like, you literally feel like you're interacting with them while you're literally playing as the Batman character in this game. It's like, personally, I thought that was like one of the coolest things in this game. And honestly, like the hallucinations in this game when Batman is just basically just exposed to the fear toxin of Scarecrow, it's fucking just, I don't know, a giant mind fuck. I mean, it also just basically feels like Joker also, messing with him even after he's dead. But honestly, I don't know if people really mention him much even after the game came out. But like, I loved Nightwing in that game. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't know. It was a bit of a shame because some of the missions I played as him, I'm like, Scott Porter did. I guess I don't really know much of who he is, but I personally thought he did a decent job playing him in the game. But like, I don't know, the amount of screen time he got in the game, I feel like it sort of felt a little limited. Maybe I'm wrong. I even remember there was a dude named Hush, which I don't know. He looked like an exact copy of Bruce Wayne, and there was like a mission or something. And I remember being a little confused. I'm like, why the hell does he look so much like Bruce Wayne in the game? I don't know. I guess his real name was Dr. Thomas Elliot or something. I just remember being a little confused. And then I find out he's Hush, I'm like, I think I heard of Hush, but I don't think I know really anything about him other than, just the fact that he's Hush, I guess. But another thing in the game that I did like, but it kind of drove me crazy, was the Firefly missions. Like, you had to literally just chase him around Gotham City while driving in the Batmobile. But, like, again, every time I did it, or I guess there was one time I did it, and I remember my game crashing or something, and I'm like, okay, I guess I had too much of a hard time, gameplay of Batman Arkham Knight while driving in a Batmobile, but I don't know. But I don't know if that was my PS5 not being able to support, open world games entirely. I don't know. But the one thing that kind of just boggles my mind is the fact that all these events that take place in Batman Arkham Knight literally end up happening in one night. One damn night. I'm like, what? I mean, not to mention this game is literally 12 to 15 hours long. And I'm like, okay, so wait, all this takes place in one night, yet this game literally is like 12 to 15 hours. I'm like, I guess they know how to literally stretch a night out in one whole game. I also did, I don't remember I do remember playing the missions with Harvey Two-Face, or Two-Face, I guess. I don't remember if it was really hard or difficult, but I didn't mind those either. I don't know. I also want to say more about Arkham Knight. Now, honestly, I remember seeing, snippets of him and not having any clue who the fuck he was. Because to me, he just basically... until I found out, I didn't know who he was until I found out he was Jason Todd, one of the former versions of Robin. I was like, what the hell? And the whole, him turning into fucking Red Hood, which I thought was pretty cool. And then he has that logo that looks just oddly similar to an A. Not to mention, he has this whole entire army of fucking militia soldiers in Gotham City to take down Batman. I'm like, this dude went all out to just get back at Bruce Wayne. And, well, Batman and Bruce Wayne, because, he's the same guy, but shit. He has, next level hatred / revenge that he wants to get on Batman. I'll admit, his Red Hood suit, or his Arkham Knight / Red Hood suit, it does seem like a huge improvement over the actual Red Hood suit. Because, well, for one, I guess it don't have no fucking Red Hood. But, again, I don't know. When I seen him, he oddly looked like basically just like an Iron Bat character type, I guess. When I, first seen him 10 years ago, I was like, who the fuck is this character? I'm like, not to mention when I kept playing through the game, they were literally showing fucking memories or hallucinations of him getting fucking tortured by the Joker and just getting the shit beat out of him. I'm like, oh my god. Rocksteady, honestly, even WB Games really did not hold back even in these games. It's like, they were not afraid to go dark. It's like, I don't know, it's kind of messed up, because it's like, there was something said that, Batman didn't seem like he cared that much, but I guess because all of that, he thought he was dead. But, not to mention, I don't know, I guess he didn't immediately replace him, but he did kind of replace him. Which, again, still sort of sounds fucked up, because you didn't really at least try to figure out if he was alive or not, but then when you found out he was alive, he was surprised. I'm like, another thing I do like is, I didn't unlock it in the game, but I do like they added the Batman Beyond suit with like a military kind of, robust look to it, which I'm like, okay, so something tells me that they were really planning on making a Batman Beyond Arkham game, but they never did. I'm like, that sounds like a huge waste of potential if that they were really planning on doing that, because they could have just, you know, again, they would have just done the same thing Batman Beyond did, just only in Gotham City or, in the Arkham games. Like, that would have been really brilliant in my opinion, but I mean, not to mention they even did the same thing by adding the suit also in Arkham City, but like, they chose not to do that, which, why? Another thing I never thought I would mention was that the one thing that kind of did bug me was when they re-released the games all on PS4. They were calling it the Batman Return to Arkham trilogy. Or I guess, I don't know, it's like, maybe not the title itself, but they were calling it Batman Return to Arkham Asylum, Arkham Asylum. I'm like, huh? Why not just call it Return to Arkham Asylum? It's like, that it just sounds stupid the way we call it Return to Arkham, Arkham Asylum. Like, just call it Return to Arkham Asylum. But, honestly, my other favorite things about the game was the stealth missions, or, the sonar parts, I guess. Like, you could just really sneak up behind bad guys and criminals and just knock them out. Obviously, like, Spider-Man, the Insomniac Spider-Man series. And it's like, I don't know, it's like one of the most satisfying things is just watch Batman just beat the shit. Which, I actually sounds fucked up now that I'm mentioning it, but again, it's fucking cool. Like, I mean, honestly, it's like, I don't know, I'm not even sure you could really top that in any other superhero video game, but I remember how fucking monotonous and tough there were some villains are with fucking taser swords, or I don't know what the fuck they were, but like, they kept knocking me out and just beating the ever living shit out of me. I could not even focus on, 45 bad guys all at once. I'm like, but honestly, I wouldn't have mentioned this. Like, this game got such a high rating on even on Metacritic and Steam and IMDb. I'm like, I don't know. It's like, I feel like WB games at this point, it seems like they don't really understand how to make a really good game anymore, because all they're about is really just jamming microtransactions in their games. It's just kind of like cough Ubisoft, and try to force their live service games also down people's throats as well. And another thing I wanted to mention, I love that they literally had Kevin Conroy just basically say the same line he said from the animated series. I am vengeance. I am the night. I am Batman, which is like, I don't know. It makes me convinced that this was supposed to be taking place in the animated series. But the ending of this game was like the most gut-wrenching. I mean, maybe not gut-wrenching, but like was one of the most, honestly, just the best, AAA ending to a video game I've ever seen. Like, honestly, it just, I mean, honestly, I have to say first that the interaction between, Batman and Commissioner Gordon, I thought was pretty good. Like, up until when he found out, I guess, his daughter got captured by the Arkham Knight. Like, in my opinion, he reasonably got pissed off and upset at him. And I remember he punched him in the face, which, again, he didn't need to punch him in the face, to be honest. Which, again, it was a little, much to do that. But, again, I don't know. Seeing him actually, it almost kind of felt like you forgave him for what happened to his daughter. But then having to be forced to literally take off his mask in front of everybody on live TV. Like, I don't know. I was like, that's the end of Batman for him. Like, But like, honestly, the one thing I maybe liked was the mission goal wheel, I think. Because I had different like side missions and main missions. I mean, I don't know, because I did look it up, but like, I did like is you could literally just pick which mission you could do, or you haven't already done. But the one thing I could not, for the life of me, stand was apparently, I don't know, because you had to. It felt like you had to get multiple missions done before you could do the one you actually wanted to do or haven't done yet. Which I don't know. Again, I know it might have not been like that in the game because I did screenshot it in the video, or actually while I was researching for this video. It said you don't have to complete all side missions before finishing the main story, but some missions are gated by story progress, which again, maybe I'm misunderstanding what that means, but I don't know. But yeah, I did like, I mean, the one mission where you had to literally just, I guess, stealthily take down the Arkham Knight. But the one thing I didn't understand was like the whole game was like leading up to the whole him facing off between the Arkham Knight and then he just disappears. I'm like, what the? I also did like, Scarecrow's fear toxin that I guess was supposedly looked like he was injecting into Bruce Wayne was like literally injected into him, and he literally got a taste of his own medicine. I'm like, that's fucking badass. And the whole fucking scary Batman shit thing, I'm like, oh my god, like. And the one thing I didn't understand was like my fucking stream was not showing up while playing this. I'm like, what the hell? I was like, how was I able to stream it, but then it couldn't show this shit? I'm like, what the? It was so cool. Another thing I wanted to say, and I've said this maybe for a little while, I feel like the Batman Arkham trilogy, again, it feels like they were, the Dark Knight trilogy inspired. Maybe it's just from the music, but it feels almost as grounded as those movies. I mean, maybe as grounded, kinda, as the Batman 2022 with Robert Pattinson, but I could be wrong. I don't know if it was wrong for me to even really say that. But again, I don't mind that movie, but it's alright. But honestly, I have to say again, WB Games really needs to pull their own head out of their own ass. Because they need to stop making games that hardly anybody wants, or hardly anybody's gonna play within literally less than a fucking month, because like they were like maybe in the works of making a Superman movie, but then they not a movie, I meant a video game, but then they end up canceling that. I'm like, okay, so they canceled that, but they chose to make the game the Suicide Squad kill the Justice League. I'm like, again, it's just basically just another. It just basically feels like Avengers kills, Square Enix or something, or I don't know. It's like, personally, why did they even decide to make that game? But then they just decide to literally turn people away from the Arkham trilogy, or it's like they want people to forget about how good it was and focus on their trash live service games. But I don't know. That's just my opinion. But again, I don't like WB just basically constantly putting DC in a very just rough spot every single goddamn time. Because like every time they come out with either movies hardly anybody wants to watch, or video games hardly anybody remembers playing or even wants to play, it's like they just constantly put DCE in that state. But again, I guess that's it today for me talking about Batman Arkham Knight Part 2. I don't know if I'll do a Part 3 to this. Maybe I have an idea, but I guess leave a comment down below if you guys want to subscribe, share. I'll see all you guys there. Peace out.